In this session, we are going to look into the poem Anxiety Monster by Rona McFerrin. The poem Anxiety Monster by Rona McFerrin explores the emotional battle with anxiety in a creative and personal way. The poet gives anxiety a voice and form, describing it as a monster that feeds on fear and doubt. Through this imaginative approach, McFerrin portrays how anxiety can affect a person's mind and confidence. The poem also reflects courage and determination, showing the speaker's attempt to overcome this invisible enemy. The tone of the poem moves between fear and strength, ending with hope and resilience. This introduction sets the stage for the detailed summary of each stanza that follows. In the first stanza, the speaker addresses anxiety directly. Anxiety, anxiety, and gives it the form of a monster. The monster lurks under the bed and feeds on the speaker's fears. When the speaker tries to starve it, anxiety retaliates, stabbing her with a blade of doubt. The language is vivid and immediate. It makes an abstract feeling visible and physical. She gives form to this anxiety. Notice how the combination of playful rhyme and sharp images captures both the absurdity and the cruelty of anxious thought. In the next stanza, the speaker expands on the monster's character. She calls it sneaky, scurrilous, and savage, words that show contempt. She admits she doesn't hate it but likes it less, showing a complex relationship with anxiety. Familiar but unwelcome. Anxiety is not cute or cuddly. It clings, drains joy, and leaves the speaker glum. This stanza emphasizes the emotional cost of living with anxiety. In the next stanza, the speaker notes that anxiety has achieved notoriety. That is, it's common and affects many people. By saying, evidently, I am not the only one, she widens the poem from personal complaint to social observation. Anxiety hassles them all. That is, it's a shared human problem. The tone is slightly ironic as the speaker wonders how anxiety finds the time to carry out its heinous crime. The next stanza describes anxiety as a constant presence, all day long and night time too. These are the words that the poet uses to explain its constant presence. It is a hovering pest, too big to shoo. The image of dangling daggers shows how anxiety continually threatens and torments. Yet the speaker declares resilience. Chin stuck out, I am determined to win. These are the words that the poet uses to show that she is brave enough to fight anxiety. This is the emotional pivot. The speaker moves from passive suffering to active resolve. In the next stanza, the speaker vows that anxiety will not get the best of me, that is, her. She recognizes years lost to anxiety and refuses sympathy for it. Importantly, she arms herself with the likes of Freud, that is, an image that suggests seeking psychological understanding, therapy, or knowledge as tools to fight back. This stanza foregrounds self empowerment through learning and strategy. In the last two stanzas, the speaker promises to study anxiety, to know every weakness of it for She declares this is a war that she has against anxiety. She prepares to vanquish it but then notices a hasty retreat. This last stanza tempers triumph with realism. Anxiety is devious, sly, and slippery, and may return for a sneak attack. The poem ends on cautious hope. Victory is possible, but management, not eradication, is the wiser goal. This honest closure validates the experience of many who live with chronic anxiety. Now that we have gone through the poem, let's look at its main themes. The deeper ideas Rona McFerrin wants to share through this poem, Anxiety Monster. The first theme is personification of anxiety. The poet gives anxiety a personality. It becomes a living creature, a monster that lurks, feeds, and taunts. By doing this, McFerrin helps readers imagine what anxiety feels like, turning an invisible feeling into something we can clearly picture. The second theme is struggle and resilience. Throughout the poem, we see the speaker's ongoing battle against anxiety. Even though anxiety doesn't disappear completely, the poet shows that strength lies in not giving up. The third theme is mental health awareness. The poem speaks openly about a topic that affects many people. McFerrin reminds us that anxiety is not a weakness. It's a shared human experience that needs understanding and empathy. The fourth theme is hope and self empowerment. The speaker finds courage through self knowledge and awareness. This shows that education and reflection can help us manage fear. The final theme is humor and irony. Despite dealing with a serious topic, the poem uses playful rhymes and a light tone. This balance makes the message easier to connect with and reminds readers that hope can exist even in difficult times. Altogether, we can conclude that this poem, Anxiety Monster, is not just about fear, but it's about courage, self awareness, and healing. It teaches us that the monsters in our minds lose power when we understand and face them bravely. Thank you.